Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the happiest podcast on any streaming platform. I'm Mike.
And I'm Ryan. And we're just two lovable guys giving our uneducated opinion on the world of fragrance.
That's right. We're going on a magical journey where we're smelling fragrances most of the time requested by you.
That's right. We've really been doing this a lot lately. And to tell you the truth, me and Mike have really enjoyed it. We got some messages where people were like, man, I hated that back-to-back. Y'all didn't like some shit. Y'all need to do something else.
Yeah.
But really, good or bad, we still enjoy doing this. So don't ever feel bad for us.
Yeah. In fact, in a minute, we'll get into our one-night stand review. We'll talk about that special slow explosions requested by Michael, friend of the podcast. But first today, we want to tell you about why EDP and why we're doing this review.
We held a poll on our Instagram.
First time to do that.
And we got way more response than I thought we were going to get.
Yeah, normally we just get people that say like, you guys suck, you giggle too much in the comments. But we actually had quite a few people voting on which fragrance we should do, and we did Why EDP or Fahrenheit Parfum by Dior. It won 60-40, Ryan.
Well, there you go, and that's why we're going to review it today. By the way, hello, Cynthia. Thank you for writing us back and making me feel better about my giggles.
Yeah, she let us know that she didn't delete the comment. She had replied to a comment, and so when the guy deleted that because he accidentally duplicated his comment, that it deleted hers as well. But she said, yeah, I said that, but then underneath it, I said I had this undying love for you guys as well. So, you know, let's jump into our Fragrantica review, Ryan, from Sean Jones 64.
I feel like we've used him in the past on some other episode.
We may have. All right. Sean Jones 64 says, this is unoriginal, it's boring, it's the same old same Invictus Aqua Vibe type cologne. This cologne is the reason I'm looking for more niche fragrances. However, thumbs up for the longevity though, but that's it. 5 out of 10, it is so cliche.
I've worn this in the past, so I feel violated by that comment.
We've had a couple of people, actually Chris wrote in, we were talking back and forth on email, and he was talking, hey, this is kind of a generic designer, citrusy. And I said, I don't mind if it's generic and citrusy, but for some reason, I don't like generic sweet spicy. So I don't know. Maybe that's me being a loser. But I've held off. I've made sure that I haven't smelled this fragrance. And if I had, it's been in the past to where I don't remember smelling it. So I'm pumped to get on it. But we really got to get into that one night stand review.
All right, let's do our one night stand review of
Slow Explosions.
Hit the music, Todd.
Yeah. One night stand review.
Well, Mike, after waking up on the bookshelf of imaginary authors.
That's right, yeah. Like the Page Master with Macaulay Culkin.
And wearing Slow Explosions with Terry Manhammer.
Oh, yes. My short-lived days as Terry Manhammer.
What'd you think about Slow Explosions?
The longevity of that fragrance, is Sean Jones 64, just letting you know, is
real.
Fucking ridiculous. That thing lasted forever. And I want to say, even after my shower, I could still kind of smell it on the back of my hand.
Yeah.
It was insane.
After we got done doing the episode, we were working together, and it was probably 3 hours past.
Yeah.
And, you know, during the initial spray of it stuff, I was like, that's kind of interesting stuff. But then it did go really hard in the same direction that T-Rex went. And something about that scent, just that one and this one too.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, it gave me the biggest headache.
Yeah.
And I could not do it. I can't do that one. I'm sorry, Michael. I let you down.
Well, he had also wrote back on an email, and he said that he hadn't smelled it. He was actually saving it, and he smelled it along with us when we did the show.
Oh, that's badass.
That's awesome. We've actually talked about trying to figure out a way to do that, to where friends of the podcast can get a fragrance and sample it as we do the show. We're working on some ideas behind the scenes, so just keep that in mind. We're going to create some smell-o-vision for you in the future because we do want this to be interactive.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I just don't think either one of us really cared for it. I did like the opening a bit. It's different. It's not something I would necessarily wear, but I didn't mind it. But yeah, towards the end, I was just like, oh, I can't do it.
It did make me want to smell more imaginary author stuff just to debunk whether or not this hairspray note appears in all of their fragrances.
Is that like something that's talked about?
No, but it's been 2 for 2 for us.
Oh, okay.
I'd love for them to surprise us with a non-hairspray opening to a fragrance for sure.
All right, well, there you go.
Boom. All right, let's get into our scent of the day. I've been dying to smell this fragrance. Why EDP by Yves Saint Laurent? Let's do it.
And you go ahead and do it first.
Oh, baby.
Oh, it's a carded stock one, huh?
Yeah, well, you should know this is yours.
Yeah, where did I get that? I can't remember. Oh, it was whenever I ordered, when we ordered Blue Electric for the show.
Oh, right? Okay.
And then they gave me this carded sample.
Ooh, it's kind of loud.
I remember it being loud.
Oh, yeah, this screams designer.
I think I told you this off air a little bit ago. Well, not today, but a day or so ago when we were getting this poll in. I was like, there's something that I remember about it reminded me a little bit of Dylan Blue by Versace.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it does, and honestly, because I have a 10 ml of Dylan Blue in the car, man, this smells fucking way better than Dylan Blue. It's similar.
As long as it doesn't dry down to that weird aquatic bullshit at the end, then yeah, this would be one that I'd love to have. It smells great. I actually just laced up on it because I've got a doctor's appointment to remove these stitches here in about an hour. So,
God bless. I really like this. This is a definite plus since the last two that we've smelled.
And ladies and gentlemen of the supposed podcast, if you haven't already subscribed to our Instagram, go and follow us on Instagram because we want to do more polls like this for shows coming up.
Yeah, we ran this one against Fahrenheit Parfum. And this one won. But I really did enjoy people interacting. Of course, there's a couple people that went off script and actually gave us different things that we should sample.
And we did get orders of those. One person said, hey, we want you guys to check out Toy Boy by Machino. Is that how you say it?
I believe so.
Okay, well.
Or Massimo or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, Massimo. God, do you remember when people were saying Massimo was of the devil because it had like
the 666
thing in the logo? Yeah.
It does look like it does have that though.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I just used to wear them all the time when I would do seances and stuff.
Yeah, no big deal. Slaughtering goats or whatever. So one person asked for Toy Boy. The other person, actually Cynthia, asked us to do Green Irish Tweed.
Which we got that coming too.
We do. Yep. We got them both coming in. So those will be episodes coming up. Thank you guys for requesting those.
I'm loving the scent. The cardstock smells really good to me.
Oh, yeah. It's a little more citrusy on the card.
It's like, and it's sweet to me too.
Yeah, it's good. Man, okay, so this is a great direction for a designer fragrance to go. I hate that you can't really find it at a discounter because I would like to have some of this.
Yeah, we were looking. We've checked everywhere. Fragrance Net, Aura Fragrances, everywhere. I can't find it. I think Joma Shop maybe, but I've never got anything from there. Don't know if you can trust it. But anywhere else that you want to get it, it's like $132 for 100 ml, which honestly isn't bad. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I haven't checked the notes out to really know, but it does have this crisp sort of citrus top, and it is pretty sweet.
I'm loving it.
This is a good one, man.
This is surprisingly good.
Yeah, simple, nothing too crazy about it, which most designer fragrances do kind of lean that way, more along a similar straight and narrow sort of a road, but I do like it.
It's got apple on the top.
Oh, okay.
Apple, ginger, and bergamot, which I love ginger root. I've been juicing lately.
Yeah, a lot of actually juicing.
Yeah, and I love cutting ginger root and smelling it. It smells fucking
fresh
insane.
Ginger, yes. Oh my God.
Literally, somebody can make a note of just ginger and I would wear that shit. It smells good. But yeah, no wonder this shit smells so good to us. And this thing, oh my God. This thing is the hardest thing I've ever seen trend. Literally, guys, it is so dark red, it's like it's throbbing. Good God.
Yeah, it looks painful.
Oh my God.
Somebody should consult a physician.
Get some relief. Yeah. Oh, my Lord. This thing is trending hard. And no wonder you can't find it anywhere but at retailers. This is a good one, guys. I'm not disappointed in some of the friends of the podcast telling us this shite was shit, but yeah, man, this is the shit to me. This smells really, really good. I'm blown away.
I am too, especially because it's so designer.
Yeah.
But it does smell great. I mean, it's done the right way. There's a reason why this pops off, man.
Yeah.
Because it is good.
God, man. Do you think it's better than La Nuit de l'Homme?
Yes.
I think so, too.
I think it's more wearable, at least.
Yeah. God, I love that one, too. But yeah, this one is pretty freaking sharp. This is sharp. Okay. I kind of have an idea, but who is wearing this, Mike? No pressure.
I think it's so hard to imagine because it's so wearable.
Exactly. This is, if I had my normal 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 gig, right?
Yes.
Going somewhere, whether it be the office, whether I was working lawn and garden, whether I was delivering something, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I could get away with wearing this at any function.
Any time of the year.
Yes, and people would be like, man, you always smell good. This is that one right here for me.
Yes, this is a very safe bet. You're going to place your bet on a full bottle. This is a very safe bet.
I am blown away, man.
I agree, Ryan. I hate to be this. It's almost like, I'm not saying we're niche snobs, but something feels wrong about being so hyped about a designer fragrance. I don't know why.
Well, I don't feel bad. Well, I mean, I know we love shit like Spice Bomb.
Yeah.
I've recently have really fallen in love with Bleu de Chanel, the EDP. Me and Mike had bought, and we've even complained about it. He bought a Parfum. I bought the Eau de Parfum.
Yeah.
And we both just never wore them. And up until just recently, I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to force myself to get it. And man, I really have liked it and gotten some good compliments. But this right here, I would really enjoy wearing.
Yes.
I think we love Apple, dude.
I agree.
Because John Varvatos XX.
Yeah.
Greenlee.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those are two big ones I know have Apple. We fucking love those scents. They're not true. They're not that typical green scent that other fresh fragrances have.
Yeah, they're less herbal.
Yes, and for some reason, it just smells so clean.
It works really well with a sweet fragrance because I feel like Greenlee does that really well. Yeah. It's got a sharp green, crisp note up top, but then it is sweet at the bottom. And we do have the remainder episode of Us with Steve where he smelled Greenlee and red tobacco.
That's right.
Be looking out for that sometime within the next year. You're in my head. Get out of my head. Yeah, man. I'm not saying that we don't like hyping designer fragrances because I do feel like we're more simple men than most. So I don't feel bad about it, but I do know there is that knee jerk to be like, oh, it's designer. And even us sometimes we're kind of like, just kind of generic, you know?
Yeah.
But this is great because it just smells good.
It really does. It is freaking great.
On the card is incredible. I feel like you got to hit your clothes with this because you do pick up more of that sort of apple citrus sort of a thing.
Absolutely. This on your clothes, when you walk by people, man, people are going to love how you smell. This shit is great.
I guarantee it.
Okay. Skip it.
Sample it.
Buy it.
What are you going to do, Ryan?
I think I'm really wanting to buy this, man.
I can understand why.
Because I've had a couple of bottles of this way in the past. Honestly, probably around the time it came out. In fact, when was that? Let's see. It was 2018. Yeah, when this thing first came out, I'd gotten it. And man, I loved it then, but it's just been, I guess, been a minute since I've worn it, but it is freaking sharp. I love this.
This is such a nice sweet with a little bit of that citrus. And if it hangs on, it's going to be a great buy.
For sure. I'm not one of these people that just like, I always want to find like a deal on it just because I don't feel like it's worth it. I just don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I would love to find a good deal on this. I'd be a little beat up trying to spend full retail on it, but I would spend full retail on this one.
Me too.
For sure.
Because just out of this carded sample, now I've pretty much milked it. Like I said, I'm going to see if I can't get a cute nurse to say I smell good. But just that little bit in this card. So maybe I've used 1/4 ml of juice on me.
Yeah.
But it feels pretty fucking loud.
It is nice, man. I'm really stoked we got a good one today, man.
Yeah. I wouldn't be afraid to pay full retail for this if you just had to have it. Now, I feel like I did go and visit Forbes last night, and I dropped off a couple fragrances for him to put his nose on.
Yeah.
And he cooked me chicken wings, which you know I fucking love.
Yeah.
And he made homemade fries. Look, this guy can handle the back of my head perfectly, and he knows his way around the kitchen. So I gotta say it, man. Forbes, hopefully you hear this episode. Dude, hands down some of the best fucking French fries I've ever had.
Damn.
They were that good.
Forbes, if you also hear this episode and you hear my voice, I would love to try some of these homemade French fries.
He's got a thing, and hopefully I'm not giving away his kitchen secrets, but he's got this seasoning that has, it's like salt, pepper, and some activated charcoal in there.
What?
And we were using that last night, and the chicken wings were great too. I'm just hyping the fries because it's amazing how simple fries are, but they were so good. The chicken wings, he made a few different flavors, and I couldn't pick out which one I like. Maybe the lemon pepper.
If you want a visual, ladies and gentlemen, it was pretty much like Ghost, where Forbes was behind Mike, but they were making French fries.
That's right. That's right. I was reaching behind him, and our hands, instead of being wet with clay, were wet with chicken guts.
Unchained Melody was playing in the background.
That's right. No, all in all, it was a fantastic night. But funny thing enough, he said that he did not care for Spice Bomb Extreme, and his girlfriend did not like it at all.
Wow. You're dead to me, Forbes. Oh, God, I'm really shocked. Oh, has he smelled regular Spice Bomb?
No, and I was saying, hey, you might like regular Spice Bomb because I feel like Spice Bomb Extreme is a little more medicinal. It has that kind of like burning sort of sensation that I love so much. It smells like an astringent. We're off topic. Forbes, you would love this. I confidently could say I think Forbes would really like this fragrance.
I think you would too. All right, that's today's episode. We had a lot of fun with this. Thank you guys for voting on this, and actually this one coming on top because it ended up working out for us. We had two fragrances we really didn't care for, and this one really lifted our spirits. So thank you.
Yeah, for sure. This feels like, I'm probably going to say this and then we'll delete it. Did it feel like an off episode?
You say that every episode, and no, it never feels like it.
Maybe I'm hypersensitive.
We can seriously bomb this, and I will not care.
You have a hard time caring about anything, right?
I really am just lackadaisical about all this. I'm here to have fun with it. It is what it is. And then they either love it or they hate it, and they let us know and we correct it.
Yeah. Well, if you do love it, you can go to thecolognepodcast.com, get a hold of us any which way. You want to send us an email, it's there. You want to buy us a coffee, it's there. You want to subscribe to our Instagram, it's there.
That's right. We're going to be running more polls in the future and interacting. So please feel free to follow us there. And also, if you want to support the show, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link. And I'll tell you another way you can support the show.
The biggest way you can support the show.
That's right. Because we understand not everybody wants to give people money, especially two fat strangers like me and Mike.
That's right.
And we understand that. But there's still one thing you can do, and it just takes a little bit of time.
Free of charge, 3 minutes of your time.
Share us everywhere. Share this podcast. If you're not sharing the podcast, you're not helping it grow. And shame on you.
Wow. Well, Ryan came off a little strong. We're just
little.
Yeah. Don't let him browbeat you about that. But if you do want to do us a favor,
yes,
we'd greatly appreciate if you're surrounded by like-minded people out there in the interwebs, just drop a link and say, hey, I really think you'd enjoy this podcast. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. And also on any of your streaming platforms that allow it, make sure to give us a review. That helps the algorithm.
Good Lord, Ryan. How many things are you going to ask them to do?
Well, I'm going to need a copy of their birth certificate.
Yeah. You're renewing your driver's license. I can tell you've already got some things you're thinking about you need to get done.
God, I don't know who or what entity changed that in the past 5-6 years, but me needing my birth certificate, which I don't have on hand, I'm going to have to go to the courthouse to get it, just to renew my driver's license really pisses me off.
And until next time, spray it up, y'all.